History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their family's permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
One, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. I will go far. I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
Welcome back to the stream. It is Wednesday night, First Responders, Veterans and First Responders Night, brought to you by Icon Sim Sports. There are our sponsors. Looks like we don't have a huge field tonight. If you know any veterans out there that would like to come out and run with Coast to Coast Racing League veterans, let us know. Have them get in touch at Coast to Coast Racing League at c2crl.com. You can send me a message. You can get a hold of Roger Craig, or anybody in the league can get you in touch with the right people. Again, as always, on Got Your Six Racing Network, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. We got the unfortunate news last Friday As we have said, week in, week out, 22 veterans a day on average take their own lives. We did get the unfortunate news that a friend of a Coast2Coast racing driver, a Marine veteran, did end up taking his own life last Friday. We are going to have a memorial, the Chris Yaklon Memorial. It's going to be called Super Dirt Week. This is hot off the press, so I'm reading it right off the sheet. It's going to be $15 for one class or $20 for both. All proceeds will go to Mission 22. We will be playing Mission 22's videos throughout the night, their promos. They are 100% to help veterans fighting PTSD or suicidal thoughts. Great organization. They were one of the first organizations that I contacted when I started to put the Got Your Six Racing Network together. So any donations will support those folks and be greatly appreciated. So we do have 3 races tonight. We are going to be running 305 sprint cars. Let me pull up the schedule real quick. Followed by the midgets. I just don't remember where. Let's see here. Veteran and first responders 305 sprint cars, followed by the midgets at Eldora. And then 2-1 Designs will be running the 410 sprint cars here at Eldora. So all 3 races are right here at Eldora tonight. We are waiting for possibly they are currently in a driver's meeting. So their meeting is over. Again, we are trying to wait out and get a few more cars in the field. We do have currently only 5 cars, veterans or first responders in the field. So if you are aware of somebody that would like to join us, please give them our info. First out on the track, the 513 Marine Machine, Jeff Barker. See how Jeff gets around the track. We will follow the 513 on his first time around. We do have 3 minutes of qualifying, which should be plenty of time to get everybody through. Andy Patton in the 87 car to the top of the board. The 14.695, Mr. Bob the Good, best that with a 14.682. Put Bob the Good at the top of the board in the 7 car. Followed by Andy Patton in the 87. Jeff Barker in the 513. Gary Taylor times in. 4th quick in the 34 Machine. Keith Abbott is currently out on the track. We'll see how Keith does. Currently with a 14.847, good enough for 5th quick. And I move up one. 14.767 takes over the 4th position. So how it's going to play out tonight, we had qualifying. We will have one heat race to set the positions for the feature. We will have a short feature. So we will see how this plays out. Trying to get set up here. My apologies. We still do have a little bit of time. I'm trying to do a little bit of research here. See, I'll get rid of the toolbar. I don't know if we'll figure that out or not, but that did come up last week when we couldn't get into regular iRacing. We had to get into UI. Ever since then, that bar has been at the top, so we will see if we can figure that out. Keith Abbott and Jeff Barker on the front row. Andy Patton, Bob the Good in row number 2. Gary Taylor, Nathan Aldridge. Nathan is admin, so I'm not sure if he's running or not. Top 4 were inverted. We are running 6 laps. 3 will be heading straight to the feature. However, all drivers will head to the feature tonight. So Keith Abbott on the front row in the number 74 machine. I don't know a lot about Keith. Need to get a hold of him and get some info. We do have other drivers trying to get in, so bear with me as we try to help them. Again, we're running 6 laps. Top 3 heading straight to the show. Top 4 were inverted from qualifying. Again, Keith Abbott will bring us to the green flag. Restart is on green. Quick qualifier, the 7 car of Bob DeGood on the outside in the Air Force machine. We do have an Air Force second row, the 7 and 87, both flying the Air Force themed cars tonight. Waiting on the green flag. Pace truck is off. The green flag is out. 74 of Keith Abbott on the bottom side. Barker to his outside. Looks like they're going to make it 3 wide. Thought better of it. Nope. Barker, my apologies. Taylor sneaks up in there. Put Taylor up to P3. The 87 car of Andy Patton out to the point. Big wreck behind leaves Patton and Gary Taylor out on the track. We are working lap 2 of 6. Both cars running that bottom line. These two gentlemen getting some extra practice for the feature that's coming up. Last week, Eldora slicked off super quick. It's like driving on ice out there. A lot of conversation at what might be done with that. Working lap 6 of 6. Andy Patton with the lead over Gary Taylor in second position. We will have 5 minutes of warm-up, so we will be right back as we try to figure out how to fix our bar at the top of the screen. My apologies. Welcome back. My apologies that promo went twice by trying to get everything put together here. Struggling a little bit tonight to get started, but we'll make it through. Welcome to the feature. Going to be 30 laps. Andy Patton starting on the front row in the 87 car. Outside of him is Gary Taylor in the 34. Keith Abbott, Jeff Barker in row number 2. And the 7 car of Bob the Good going to be starting at the tail end of the field in the 7 car. Don't anticipate Mr. DeGood staying back there very long, but we shall see how this plays out. Again, we have 30 laps. Don't forget, coming up next are the midgets right here at Eldora, followed by the 410 sprint cars. So that should be a good show. Good look at the 87 car, the U.S. Air Force car of Andy Patton, wrap of the year last year, Coast to Coast Racing League. If you are in the market for an awesome racing league, look no further than Coast to Coast Racing League. Racing without all the drama you get in other leagues. You can check them out. C2CRL.com. Andy Patton will bring them to the line. This is restart. Or the start is on green. Going to yellow flag starts after that if needed. We shall see. Pace truck should duck off next time by. Pace truck is off. 87 car with the 34 to his outside, coming towards the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. 87 car down low. 34 of Gary Taylor stays up high. No room for Patton on that corner by. He will slide up in front of the 34 coming off of turn number 4. 87 down low. 34 follows him. 513 in the tire tracks of your 2 front runners. Bob the Good in the back battling it out with Keith Abbott. Bob the Good up 1 position so far in the 7 car. Great looking Air Force ride. Jeff Barker now diving down underneath the 34 car, trying to put the Marine Machine in P number 2. Doesn't get a good run off the bottom. 34 is able to hold him off. Barker falls back in line. Up front, all Andy Patton. Barker and Taylor still going at it. Go on board with Jeff Barker in that 513 machine. Taylor not leaving him much room outside. They are closing on your leader, it looks like a little bit. These two battling back and forth. Still able to close in on Patton. Patton with almost a second gap between himself and second place Gary Taylor. Bob DeGood in the back, battling it out with Keith Abbott in the 74 car. Gary Taylor and Barker have settled out a little bit. Got nose to tail now. Barker may be laying off a little bit, waiting for later laps to get another run at the 513. Patton opened up almost a second gap now over second place at 34 of Gary Taylor, followed by Barker, DeGood, and Abbott. Good look at the front of the 87 car of Patton. Everyone running that low line. Looks like Taylor's moved up into the slick just a little bit. Barker running right through the middle of it. Bob DeGood running a lower line, seeing if he can't close on third place car of 513. Looks like he will be there in just a couple of laps. Looking out the nose of the 7 car as he closes in on 513. He wants that third position away from Barker. Let's see if Bob DeGood can get it done. Started at the tail end of the field. Closing in on third place car, the 513 of Barker. DeGood down low, Barker up high. Let's see if he can close. Good run off the bottom. It is DeGood at the line. Barker getting a good run off that top side in the 513. The battle on the track is for third position. Barker and DeGood going at it. Once again, DeGood off of the bottom. Barker gets a good run off the top side. 513 car still in third position. .513 now opens up a little bit of gap on Mr. Bob DeGood in the 7 car up front. All Andy Patton, the 87 car. Followed by Gary Taylor. Patton with coming up on a 2-second gap over the 34 car of Taylor. Jeff Barker in third. Barker able to separate from DeGood a little bit there. Working lap 25 of 30. Patton with 1.9 second lead over second place Gary Patton in the 34 machine. Jeff Barker behind him in the 513. Bob DeGood currently running in the 4th position in the 7 car, and Keith Abbott still on the track in the 74 running 5th. The bottom's starting to get a little bit slick. You can see that band of slick, and the 87 is sliding right through it, going up high. Running a skinny slider line. Working lap 29 of 30. Gary Taylor in second. Barker starting to close that gap. Can he get it done within the next 2 laps? We are coming to 1 to go. We do have 1 to go. Can the 513 close that gap? Up front, Andy Patton coming to the line. The 87 car takes the win in the Air Force 87. Taylor and Barker finished 2nd and 3rd on the podium. 513 gave it a shot there at the end, came up just a little bit short, but still ended up on the podium. Good run by those guys. We will get a word momentarily with your podium finishers.
I got you, Joe.
Good run out there. You moved up one position. Thought Barker might have closed in on the back of you there. It looked like he fell back a little bit. I thought he was trying to save up for a late run, and you were able to close the deal. He did dive down low in 4, but you held him off. How was your race? Did the track change as bad as Monday night?
No, not at all. I had a bad night Monday night, so we won't talk about that.
Yeah. You and me both. I was with you. I was driving on ice, so the track held on a little bit better. So that's good for guys like you and I to see, I suppose.
It is. It sure is.
Because I was a mess. Great run by you, my friend. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Oh yeah, I want to thank the Kirk Racing team. They have helped me out over the time I've been racing. As well as Coast2Coast Racing League, Malcolm Mills Mechanical, Pitside Podcast, and A&J Custom Creations. So, yeah. Yeah, I did, Joe. Thanks.
Finished where he started, was able to hold off Barker in the end, so puts the 34 car on the podium in P2. Great run, my friend, and we'll talk to you next time.
Okay, Joe, thanks.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the 87 car Pennsylvania driver Andy Patton puts the U.S. Air Force machine on the in victory lane. Andy, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Great run, my friend. You got out front. You almost had a 2-second gap there at one time. Track, I was just talking to Gary a little bit about the track. It looks like the track was much more friendly to drivers like myself who can't handle that slick stuff. Notice that you turned into kind of a skinny slider line there, sliding up through that slick band on the inside. How'd the track change, and how'd you stay out front?
Track really didn't change all that much. You know, there was only with 5 cars on there. It's not going to change too much. I mean, we did start it at 15% just to try to get some slick to it, but no, the track was good. Not like Monday night. I didn't even qualify for the race Monday night. That's how bad I was. I completely missed the setup, and I was just terrible.
Yeah, that makes 3 of us, because that's the same thing Gary Taylor said about Monday night. It was definitely a struggle, but great run by you, man. Great victory. We need to get some more veterans in here. So we'll try to get that word out. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a shame that we can only get 5 cars for a veterans first responders race, but yeah, I appreciate what you do and the shows that you put on. You do a terrific job with them. But I'll tell you, I'll take the sweep today. I won a matinee race earlier today too. Here,
man, you're on a roll. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah, I had a 4th place in hometown last night, so 305s are doing good for me.
Well, that's
now, if I could figure out a 360, I'd be.
You and me both. You and me both, man. It is a struggle. We did find out some great news. You probably heard today that the memorial coming up for Chris Ukalon, who took his own life, unfortunately, last Friday night. Mission 22 will be the beneficiary of that coming up, and they've kind of been on board with me from the beginning, and they're doing great things for vets. So, man, it's going to be super heartwarming to be able to donate to those folks. So,
no doubt. It'll be great to represent them. You know what I mean? To put on a show for them. You know.
Yeah, and they are the only company. We have a few that reach out to us every once in a while. Mission 22 stays in contact, and I'm just nobody. So, man, that's going to be great. So pretty excited about that. Hope all the veterans come out and support that veterans race. So we need to do our best to get the word out.
We do. Well, thanks, Joe, man. It's appreciated.
All right, brother. Have a great night.
You too, man.
All right.
Take care.
Yes, sir. So there you have it. The 87 car U.S. Air Force driver Andy Patton puts it in victory lane. Again, there wasn't a ton of cars in the field, but that's okay. It was good Good practice for upcoming races. We will go to break and we will be right back.
I'm Chris Jackimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broke in through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not gonna be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me, to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. Physically, I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. Every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going, because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas, where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious, because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program, and it got transformed into lo and behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this, because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home. That's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I am so excited. My heart's pumping. My hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir. Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña. Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza. From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio. From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy. Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle. And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksonek. Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. we look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're gonna take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's gonna help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's gonna save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back to the stream. We are back at Eldora with the midgets taken to the track. We got a pretty full field, currently 19 cars on the track. Midgets are a much bigger hit than are the wingless 360 sprint cars. This is the wingless Wednesday part of the show. Coming up next, we'll have the 410 sprint cars. Still can't seem to get the bar at the top of the screen to go away. We will have to figure that one out. I'm not sure. Not sure what we do there. This race has been a real good battle. Between your points leader, trying to pull up the points. Get if you're in the market.
You got me. Looks like you're ready to roll over. Alrighty, gonna go ahead and do that now.
If you're in the market for a great racing league, check out Coast to Coast Racing at c2crl.com. All of the great racing without the drama that we had seemed to fall into when we were looking for a league. Thank goodness we found Coast to Coast. Very well run league. As you can see, they have a ton of broadcast events. They do race 7 days a week. So in the midgets, Terry Landis in the 61 cars, currently your points leader. Followed by Kevin Fry. We are advancing to qualifying. We'll see who's out on the track first. This should be a fun show. The midgets are a handful. We'll go with Donovan Ross in the 5 machine. Northwest driver. See how quick this the The 5 car can get around. It's kind of interesting to see what line the field chooses. Looks like everyone took to the track. Landis, Fry, Everson, Barker, Bertay are your top 5 in the wingless Wednesday machines. Ross with a 17.437 to the top of the board. Jack Hitt, last year's champion, to the top of the board with a 17.272. Zach Chapman up the second quick. Terry Landis currently 6th quick in the Yoo-Hoo machine, running that bottom line. Donovan Ross with a 17.380 up to 3rd quick. See who we got still on the track. The 7 car, Mr. Bob DeGood. We saw him in the veterans. Bob DeGood, good for 6th quick. Randy Shreves in the 56s with the Shreves currently 11th quick with a 17.486. '95 car currently, as we discussed earlier, 5th in the points. Times in at 16 quick. Jeff Valero's with us in the 200 car. Put Jeff Valero up to 5th quick. See who's still out on the track. Kevin Fry has finished up. Andy Piercefield in the 175 machine. Andy Piercefield currently 19th. See if he can improve on that. Andy's just getting some laps in. The 211 of Jack Hitt out on the track. Jack Hitt not having the success that he did last season. Currently sitting 8th in the points. So Jack looking for a good night tonight here at Eldora. See if he can't move back up that. Plenty of time to go. This is week 4, I believe. We got about 15 seconds to go. Again, as always, we are racing for awareness of veteran issues. Mentioned on the last stream that we did get some unfortunate news last Friday. A friend of the league did take his own life. Marine veteran Chris Ukalon. We will have a memorial race for Chris. It's going to be called Super Dirt Week, and all proceeds will go to Mission 22. All of the promos that you've seen tonight have been compliments of Mission 22, a great organization. Contacted them way back when, and they've always kept in contact. $15 for one class or $20 for both. They're going to be running modifieds, and it's going to be at Charlotte, and everything goes to a great cause. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, and that's way too many. So that's coming up. And the dates are, give me 1 second. Starting Tuesday, April 19th, and it goes all the way till looks like the 21st, or 21st. So a few nights of racing, all proceeds going to Mission 22. So if you're out there, you want to donate, just do a small part. Come out and race with us, have some fun, and also could possibly change the lives of some veterans out there. Heat 1 is on the track. You got Steve Maurer, Kurt Schatzer on the front row, Donovan Ross, Jack Hitt in row 2, Mike Cramner, Mike Brute in row number 3, Andy Piercefield rounds out your field of 7 drivers. Again, tonight we do have a good group of drivers. Wingless cars haven't been showing up in force. Watch that 218 car of Kurt Schatzer outside of Maurer on the front row. Maurer in the 888 car. Jack Hitt back there in the 217. Jack Hitt's looking for some redemption here to move back up the points board, but it will be Maurer who brings us to the green flag in the 888. Restarts are on green. Pace truck should duck off this time by. The 888 of Maurer will bring him to the green flag. Green is out. We are underway. Maurer down low. 5-car. Look at Donovan Ross diving down low. Goes lower than anybody else. Slides up. Makes contact with the 218. Kurt Schatzer up high. They're about 3 or 4 wide. Your pole sitter into the wall. Kurt Schatzer up high. The 5 of Donovan Ross down low. Jack Hitt and Bertay. We got 2 definite lines working here. Kurt Schatzer getting a good run off that top side. Jack Hitt closing in on the back of the 5-car. We'll see if the 218 moves down low or he stays up high. He will come down low. Jack Hitt down low right against the fence. Kurt Schatzer, Donovan Ross, Jack Hitt are your top 3. Jack Hitt and Donovan Ross almost made contact. We are working lap 4 of 8. Top 4 definitely running all the lines that they want to run. Up front, 218 of Kurt Schatzer, followed by the 217 of Jack Hitt. So Jack starting off the night great. Kurt Schatzer's won in the midgets before. Trying to put the 218, the Icon Sim Sports machine back. '95 of Bertay back in 3rd position. Donovan Ross falling off the pace a little bit, fell back off of the 95 car. 5 running down low. 95 getting a good run off the top side. Up front, Kurt Schatzer. See if Kurt can hold off Jack Hitt in the 217 machine. Kurt running up a little bit higher than the 217. 217 right down along the fence. Kurt Schatzer running a great race. Kurt Schatzer above the slick. Hitt down below. Who gets the drive off? Coming to the line. Kurt Schatzer, great heat race. Jack Hitt, Bertay, and Ross will be heading to the feature. Great heat race by those guys. That was fun to watch. Heat 2, Randy Shreves, Bob DeGuarda on the front row, followed by Jeff Valero, Zach Chapin in row 2, Jeff Barker, Brandon Dittmer in 3, and Ryan Pendleton rounds out your field of 7 drivers. Randy Shreves up front may be hard to pass. Randy Shreves in the 56 will bring him to the line. LGR Motorsports driver Bob the Good in the 7 machine outside of him in the Napa Auto Parts. Jeff Valero and Zach Chapman in row number 2. Watch the 223 of Ryan Pendleton, who didn't make it in time for qualifying. Active duty Navy driver with us. Pace truck is off. Shreves will bring us to the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Shreves down low. Bob the Good up high. 200 car of Falero threw it into turn 1. Didn't make contact. Bob the Good getting a good run on that top side in that 7 car. Shreves up front. Bob the Good in second. Brandon Dittmer in the 83 car. Good looking 83 car. in third position. 72 car of Zach Chapman dives down low, trying to get underneath Dittmer. Chapman and Dittmer side by side. '83 car of Zach Chapman. Jeff Valero is currently on the outside looking in. Will not capture a top 4 yet. 200 cars working hard. Dittmer is your last transfer driver. They are swapping back and forth between the 200 car and the 83 of Dittmer. Up front, Randy Shreves getting away from the field a little bit. Zach Chapman running that low line, trying to slide up in front of the 7 car of Mr. Bob the Good. Chapman running low. 7 car of the Good running a little bit higher line than Zach Chapman is. 200 car down low. Valero currently in the 4th and final transfer position. They make contact with the 83. 83 makes contact with the rear tire of the 200. Puts Jeff Valero solidly in the 4th position for the 4th and final transfer position. Zach Chapman now working the top side. Up front, Shreves has opened up a half-second gap over Mr. Bob the Good. We are working lap 7 of 8 here at Eldora. Jeff Valero still in the 4th and final transfer position. Ryan Pendleton, the first car on the outside looking in. Up front, Randy Shreves, lap 8 of 8. Coming off of turn 4, Bob the Good dives down low, gets underneath Chapman at the end. Bob the Good to P2. Great run by the 7 car of the Good. Great heat race tonight. Heat 3, we see Blake Chapman, Terry Landis on the front row, Brandon Templeton, Kevin Fry in row 2, Jeffrey Kemper, and Steven Bixler round out your field of 6 drivers. Terry Landis on the outside of the pole, currently your points leader. Haven't seen Blake Chapman out for the wingless events. Good to see the 20 car back out on the track. A very skilled driver. See how the 20 car can hold off the charging Terry Landis and Brandon Templeton. Kevin Fry, Jeff Kemper. This is a stacked heat race. Pace truck will duck off this time by. Pace truck is off. Blake Chapman will bring us to the line in the 20 car. Green is out. We are off. 20 car gets a good jump down low. Terry Landis up high. 20 car working. He'll slide out. Brandon Templeton slides out behind the 61 car. Kevin Fry in the 4th and final transfer position, currently in the 84 machines. However, he is 21. Blake Chapman up front. Brandon Templeton in the 31 car trying to make something happen. Templeton running right along the fence. Gets up alongside the 61. 61 and the 20 working high. Templeton down low. Add Kevin Fry to the name. Kevin Fry now trying to run a slider line. Second, third, and fourth place cars in toss-up. Give Pendleton, the 31 car, the P2 of that time by. Landis down low. Landis and Templeton nose to nose at the line. Templeton still has the edge. Very slight. Up front, Blake Chapman loves to see the cars running. Don't know what happened to Landis. Landis is no longer in this front pack, which gives the fourth and final transfer position the Oregon driver, the 181 car of Jeffrey Kemper, up to fourth position. Templeton wanting the lead. Templeton running that 31 car up high. Working lap 6 of 8. Go on board with Brandon Templeton. You see the 20 car down low. Templeton up high. Templeton getting a good run off that top side. Chapman moving up at the exit of the corner. Kevin Fry behind these two watching the action, waiting for one of them to make a mistake. Great heat race. Chapman, Templeton, Fry, Kemper. Good run by those top drivers. Well done. B Main sees Andy Piercefield and Ryan Pendleton on the front row. Terry Landis and Mike Cramner in row 2. Barker Bixler in 3. Mauer Dittmer round out field of 8 drivers for your B Main. Going to be 10 laps. I believe all cars will head to the show. Take a quick look. 8 cars will head to the show, so all 8 will transfer. So running for that, their starting positions in the feature. Don't forget, coming up next, we got the 410 sprint cars. This is Icon Sim Sports Wednesday Night Veterans. If you're in the market for a great sim rig, look no further than Icon Sim Sports. Rob Neller puts each rig together by hand in his garage. He does the powder coating. He does everything. Graphics. Every rig is handmade. There are no 2 rigs alike. I bought one almost a year ago and haven't regretted it one day. The work that Rob Neller at Icon Sim Sports does is absolutely amazing. Check them out at iconsimsports.com. They have various models. Andy Piercefield in the 175 will bring us to the green flag with Ryan Pendleton, active duty Navy driver, to his outside in the 223. Speaking of Icon Sim Sports, I don't know if anybody saw Andy Piercefield's new rig. We are under green. Piercefield gets a good jump. They are nose to nose at the line. Piercefield tries to slide up high. Terry Landis down low. We come off 3 wide. Pendleton to the point. 61 car driving down low. Looks like Piercefield running into a little bit of problem. Pendleton up front. You can see the track starting to slicken up a little bit. Jeff Barker back there in the 513 Marine Machine, giving Terry Landis all he wants. Up front, it's Ryan Pendleton in the 223 car, running just above the slick. Terry Landis and Barker are running that bottom line. Couldn't get any lower. Pendleton out to a half-second gap. Landis down low, running below that band of slick. Pendleton running a cut-down line. Top 2 pull away from the field just a little bit. Barker currently in 3rd. Mauer in 4th in the 888 machine. Mike Cramner in the 70. Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Andy Piercefield back on track in the 175. Up front, it's all Piercefield in the 223 machine. Now he's opening up a little bit of gap over Terry Landis. Looks like almost a half-second gap. The 223 to the 61 car. Your points leader, Terry Landis, running in the B main and running P2 behind Ryan Pendleton. It's like that cut down line's working for Pendleton, running that in the front. Now Terry Landis moves up and he's following the same line. Pendleton opens up almost a second gap over Landis. We are working lap 9 of 10. Landis now working a high line. Can Terry Landis close the gap? This is the last lap, 1 to go. Pendleton out front by almost a second. 2 more corners to get through and put the young Navy driver in the feature. Goat Locker Racing. Pendleton, Landis, Barker, Maurer, Cramner takes it to the pits. No, he doesn't. And Piercefield. We will have 3 minutes of warm-up, so we will be back. Welcome back. We are just finishing up the warm-up session. Jack hit Brandon Templeton. Templeton with a 17.634. Running your warm-up quick time. We will see how they line up. Kurt Schatzer and Randy Shreves on the front row. Blake Chapman, Jack Hitt in row 2. Bob DeGood and Brandon Templeton in 3. Michael Berte and Zach Chapman in 4. Kevin Fry, Donovan Ross in 5. Jeff Falero, Jeffrey Kemper in row number 6. Ryan Pendleton, Terry Landis in 7. Jeff Barker, Steve Maurer in 8. Dittmer Cramner in 9. Piercefield and Bixler round out your field of 20 drivers. Great turnout tonight for the midgets. Great to see. Cars are super fun to drive, but can be a handful for sure. Kurt Schatzer will start on the pole in that 218 car. We're going to be running 30 laps here. Initial start is on green. After that, the restart goes on the leader. .218 of Kurt Schatzer, Icon Sim Sports driver, will bring them to the lines. Last year's champion, Jack Hitt, up there in the 217 car, starting 4th position. Pace truck should duck off this time by, again, we have 30 laps of racing here. Pace truck is off. Kurt Schatzer bringing him to the line. Green flag is out. We are underway. Schatzer down low. He will slide up and get in front of the 56 car of Shreves. No, he won't. Schatzer's going to run the middle. Chapman down low. Schatzer in the middle. Our first caution is out. Looks like Mike Cramner got a little bit sideways in the back. Not hard to, or not, yeah, not hard to do in these things for sure. Been there, done that. 218 of Kurt Schatzer on the point. Randy Shreves, Blake Chapman. No change in your top 7. Top 10, actually, now that I look at it. Don't forget, tomorrow night is Thursday Night Thunder. Right here on Coast to Coast Racing Network. Lights are still on the pace truck. We do have 1 to go. They will stay single file. Restart will be on the leader this time by. Once that pace truck exits the track, the 218 has the right to start. Working lap 4 of 30. Pace truck is off. As is the 218, Icon driver Kurt Schatzer. Randy Shreves behind him. Chapman behind, currently running 3rd. The 7 car of Bob DeGood currently running in the 6th position. Look like Jack Hitt on his lid. Jack Hitt tumbling down the front stretch. Just gets up into the wall by himself. 217 car will have to go in for a quick repair. See if he can't get back in the action. Kurt Schatzer in the 218 car up front. Pennsylvania driver. Great friend. 56 of Shreves behind him. Track is starting to get slick, as you can see on the track. Lights are still on the pace truck. We should have one to go this time by. Brandon Templeton up 2 positions, currently in the 4th position. He is the biggest mover amongst your leaders till you get back a few places. Good showing by the 20 car, Blake Chapman. Look over the head of Randy Shreves and see how the start looks. Kurt Schatzer is off. You can hear Shreves get on the gas, working the throttle, working the wheel. Closes in on the back of the 218 of Schatzer. Shreves dives down low, goes through the slick. Shreves up to the point that time by 218, fighting back, crossover move. Now the 218 down low, trying to get a good run off that bottom side. Shreves up high, Kurt Schatzer down low. Still Shreves at the line by a nose. 20 car of Blake Chapman up high, 31 of Brandon Templeton getting into this battle. As is the 95 of Michael Brute. 95 running an extreme low line right around the fence. Schatzer still trying to close in on. Great battles up front. Schatzer trying to close in on Shreves. 95 of Brute running that low line. Templeton in the 31 in his tire tracks. Like, those two have found a pretty quick way around. They might put Brute up to 2nd position if he can get a good run off. And he will. Kurt Schatzer falls back to 3rd. Blake Chapman up to P3 in the 20 machine. Great battle by all these drivers. Brandon Templeton down low. We got Brute in front of him in the 95 machine. Shreves still staying that 56 on that outside line. 95 gets into the fence down low. 31 of Templeton trying to make a pass now. The 95 of Brute jumps to that outside. Templeton gets by him momentarily. Templeton on the bottom line. Templeton up to P2. See if Templeton can hold that position. Blake Chapman on that outside. Fights back on the top side. Kevin Fry right behind Templeton. Templeton staying down low. Is he going to close in on 56 car? Your leader of Shreves. Definitely 3 different lanes of racing here. You got some in the middle. Randy Shreves up front. Brandon Templeton in P2. Blake Chapman in 3. 95 car Brute decides to take it back down low. Gets in behind the 31 of Brandon Templeton. Caution comes out. Great battle up front by all these drivers, putting on a heck of a show. Not sure what happened here or if we have a replay. which I do not. Shreves holds the lead, followed by Templeton, Chapman, Butte, and Schatzer are your top 5. Those cars up front are having a heck of a race. We are working lap 15 of 30. Be halfway there next time by. Lights are off on the pace truck. Shreves followed by Templeton. Templeton followed by Chapman. 95 car, Michael Brute has found the bottom line to work. Let's see if he goes back down to the bottom. Plenty of time to get it done. Pace truck is off. As is the 56 of Shreves. Shreves going back up high. Templeton getting that bottom line. Quick caution that time by. Not sure what happened. There you go. It's like the same thing that happened to him in his earlier incident. Last year's champion running into some problems here at Eldora early. Shreves up front, Templeton right behind him. Pace truck is still lights on the pace truck. Don't forget the Chris Ukalon Memorial coming up. Super Dirt Week charity raise funds for Mission 22. Who's doing great things for veterans, PTSD, and to prevent veteran suicide. Check out C2CRL for all the details. Looking forward to that event for sure. Meanwhile, out on the track, 56 car of Shreves, Templeton, Chapman, Blake Chapman, Brute, and Kurt Schatzer are your top 5. Working lap 15 of 30. Shreves gets a good jump on the field. Templeton still staying down low. Chapman running high with Brute right behind him. Templeton down low in the 31 machine. Couple of cars, Chapman and Brute are running extreme high, trying to get up on the cushion, see if they can't get a run off that top side. .218 of Schatzer in the 5th position. Kind of running a middle lane. See if we can find out what happened again. Brandon Detmer up into the wall in the 83 machine. In fact, that turn 4 wall has collected more than a handful of cars tonight. Randy Shreves up front, followed by Templeton, Chapman, Brute, and the 218 of Kurt Schatzer, currently in the 5th position. Blake Chapman, Crete's sim racing team. Lights are still on the pace truck. Chapman, your points leader. Terry Landis in 7th position. Barker in 8th. DeGood in 9th. Donovan Ross in 10th, I believe, as the field shuffles. We will go on board the 31 car of Templeton and see what kind of jump Randy Shreves is getting on the field. Templeton again down low. Not much traction left down there, but there is some to get a run off that bottom side. Brandon Templeton finding that traction. Randy Shreves run the high side, holding off the 31 car of Templeton. Can Blake Chapman get by the 31 car off the high side? Working lap 20 of 30. Chapman closing in a little bit each lap. Templeton coming up off the bottom. '95 of Brute dives down low, trying to slide up in front of the 31. Thought better of it. Templeton now on the high side, falling in line behind Blake Chapman in the 20 machine. Michael Brute down low in the 95. See if he gets in line. Caution is back out. Templeton gets into the fence right at the flag stand. That turn 4 wall has been treacherous tonight. Will not hurt the 31 car. Will get his starting position back. Shreves, Chapman, Templeton, Brute, Terry Landis, your points leader, up to 5th position. Kurt Schatzer falls back to 6th. Schatzer for the first time tonight out of your top 5. See if the 218 car can battle back. Jeff Barker in 7th, up 8 positions from the start. Working lap 23 of 30. We will have one more time around. We will see the pace truck make its exit off of the race surface next time by. Randy Shreves to the point. See if he can get a good run, good start in front of the 20 of Chapman. Pace car is off, as is the 56 of Shreves. Randy Shreves getting a good jump in the 56 car. Blake Chapman, Templeton behind him, straight to the outside. 95 of Brute trying the bottom line. Templeton running the middle line, not all the way up against the wall. He will hold off the 95 car. Caution is back out. Not sure what happened there. 83 gets up into the fence, nowhere to the cars to go behind him. Brings out a caution. Lap 26 of 30. We are coming to an end. Don't forget, coming up next, 410 sprint cars right here at Eldora. Randy Shreve still at the front of the field in that 56 car. Pace truck will duck off next time by. Look out the back of the 56 car, looking at Blake Chapman in that 20 machine. Chapman closing in on the 56. Let's see how this restart goes. Pace truck should be ducking off right about now. My apologies, is still out there. Shreves, Chapman, Templeton, Brute, Landis are your top five. Shreves in the 56 with a good jump. 20 of Chapman up high. 31 of Templeton decides to go down low. Michael Brute up to third position. Can the 31 hold on to the podium? Got caution is back out. Will Templeton get his starting position back, working lap 28 of 30? Shreves, Chapman, Templeton, Brute, Landis are your top five. Pace truck will duck off next time by. Working lap 27 of 30. This may be the last chance of those behind that 56 car of Shreves to get a good jump. Pace truck is off. Shreves holding the field. The 56 car is off. Working lap 28 of 30. Templeton down low. Chapman up high, as is the 95 of Michael Brute. This might be the race to watch, that final podium position. Terry Landis in the 61 car having a good points night, up 8 positions to the 6th position. Randy Shreves up front, lap 29 of 30. Blake Chapman in second. Michael Brute now up to third. The yellow comes back out, sets up a green-white checker. Jeff Barker goes for a whale of a ride again in that same turn 4, coming off of turn 4. Randy Shreves, LGR Motorsports driver, followed by Blake Chapman, Creets Sim Racing. Michael Brute up to the 3rd position, Indiana driver in the 95. Currently, let's see, 5th in points. Good points night for him. Brandon Templeton, Icon Sim Sports driver in 4th. Jeff Valero up to 5th position in the 200 car. Terry Landis, your points leader, up 8 positions from the start, currently in 6th position. Shreve's got to get a good start this time. This may be the last chance for the field if they have anything for the 56 car. Pace truck is off, as is the 56 car. 56 car, Randy Shreves gets a good jump. 20 directly to the high side. 31 car, Brandon Templeton down low, trying to get underneath the 95 car Brute. Those two drivers are going to battle it out to the end. Oh, Brute into the wall. A big crash. Randy Shreves up front. Gives P3 to Brandon Templeton in the 31 car. Brandon Templeton's going to come to the line. Randy Shreves in 1st. Blake Chapman in 2nd. Brandon Templeton finishes 3rd, puts the 31 car on the podium. Very unfortunate for Brute in the 95 car. Closing laps, gets into the fence. Looking at a good points night for that 95 car. Let's see where he does finish. Looks like he's going to come home up 14th. Good run by the 56 of Shreves. We will get a word with your podium finishers. Put on a great show.
Yeah, I got you, Joe. Yeah, you're right. It got really slick. I really didn't want any part of the top. I was afraid a couple times I went up there, I was tapping the wall, and I was afraid I was going to end my night. So I was really digging for everything the bottom was worth, and there wasn't much traction down there. But if you let off and let the car come around the corner without getting sideways, you could kind of pull it off.
There was some chatter actually in the Discord of Coast2Coast Racing League. Is Eldora changed, or do you remember it always getting this slick?
Earlier today, I watched the last time the midgets were here with Coast2Coast just to kind of see what the track did then, and I think it was pretty similar. I don't know if it wore in quite this much, but we didn't quite have this many cars either, so it raced pretty similar to me.
Awesome, man. Good run by you, my friend. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
I got to thank Icon Sim Sports, the dirt team there, all the guys racing with me. you, Joe, for everything you've done and bringing me into this. Kale at Big C's Lawn Care, Extreme Images by Ashley, Maley's Makery, my wife and kids, Coast to Coast Racing League for putting this on, and everyone watching at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 31 car, my great friend Brandon Templeton drives the Icon machine onto the podium. Late race into the wall by Brute. Opens the way for Brandon Templeton running that bottom side. Great run, and we will talk to you later. Ladies and gentlemen, the 20 car of Blake Chapman. Blake, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, great run by you. You were really working that top side high. Did you ever consider going down low?
No, not really. I could tell I was getting really good runs coming off of the corners, and I've never run these midgets here at Eldora, so I was driving the car differently every turn, it seemed like, which is pretty frustrating. But yeah, once I got up top, I was doing all right, and I just didn't want to give it up.
Man, I haven't. Have you raced a wingless race this season?
No, I raced one last season. I don't own the wingless sprint cars, but I own these midgets.
Yeah, so Blake Chapman, who doesn't race normally, puts the 20 car on the podium. P2, did you have anything for Shreves, or were you just settling to fall in behind the 56?
I just had to fall in there. He had a really good line kind of in the middle top. I thought that was going away towards the end, but he was still fast. I thought I was catching him, though, there at the very end. Maybe he was just driving it a little bit easier. I don't know. But, yeah, he had a really fast car tonight. He was really good. He definitely earned the win.
Yeah, good run by you also, man. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, parents, grandparents, Steve Bixler, everybody who watches and supports. I got to give a shout-out to the K&M Racing team and Krite Sim Racing. And, of course, Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. Use code CART at checkout. You get 15% off of any purchase. And I got to thank you for putting this show on, Joe.
Yeah, man, for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, the 20 car Blake Chapman, not only a great driver, but a salesman selling some popcorn on the podium. Doesn't drive wingless much and puts the 20 on the podium. Great run by you, my friend, and look forward to watching you race in the future.
Thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the 56 car of Randy Shreves takes over the lead early and does not look back. No one had anything for the 56 car. Randy, is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, you made it look easy. Was it easy?
Oh, no, it definitely was not easy, especially just me with hardly any experience in a midget. That was one unexpected win. I never thought that I would get a midget win.
Man, you know what, though? No one had anything for you, man. It seemed like you picked your line. You had Chapman behind you and Berthet behind you there for a while. Kurt Schatzer gave you a run early, and you didn't waver, man. You hit your lines, and you drove that thing just like you drive a sprint car, and you drove it to victory lane. A great run by you. It was fun to watch, man. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Alex Bergeron at ABR Setup Shop, Redline Race Designs, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, and CD Cinematography, Coast to Coast for putting on all the leagues stuff, and you guys for the broadcast, and everybody for watching.
Yeah, man. Always like watching you race, man. You put on a heck of a show. I've actually ducked into a few of your official races also. It's not only at Coast to Coast that you're tearing up the track, but fun to watch, man. A great run by you. Hope to see you next time. I don't know if we'll see you in a wingless sprint car. Will we see you next week?
More than likely, I'll be there trying. I'm no good in those, but, you know, look what happened tonight.
Great run by you, man. 410's up next, so we'll see you over there.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, your podium finishers. As you can see, lack of experience seems to be the key. It's probably why I never end up on the podium, because I probably race too much. So we will head next for the 410 sprint cars. So we will take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
Welcome back. As promised, we have the 410 sprint cars out on the track, currently in a practice session. If you've noticed, we are playing Mission 22 promos all night. Coast2Coast Racing League does have a memorial race for Chris Yaklon. a Marine veteran who unfortunately took his own life last Friday. 22 veterans a day on average take their own lives. Mission 22 is helping veterans and stepping in where they can, as are we. We are always racing for awareness at Got Your Six Racing Network. We are going to have a charity event coming up. Early bird registration will be $10 to enter one class or $15 for both. All proceeds will go to Mission 22. Unfortunately, sometimes we find the facts after something happens. So this is our attempt to get out in front of this problem and do everything that we can to help veterans. If you do know a veteran out there, maybe you haven't heard from them in a while, maybe reach out, see how they're doing, let them know that you're thinking about them. This memorial will start Tuesday, April 19th. It will run up until, I believe, April 21st. There is payouts for the top 5 in the small block and big block division. Even if you don't come out to race, your donation could help save a life. Would be greatly appreciated. Again, all proceeds going to Mission 22 at the conclusion of that memorial event. Just doing our part, as is Coast to Coast Racing League throughout the years. Got Your Six Racing Network is just getting started up, but that is definitely our mission statement. Saving one at a time, doing our best. So appreciate any donations that you guys can make to Mission 22. Come out and race or not, it is the donations that really makes the difference. So we are here back at Eldora with the 410 sprint cars, the big boys out on the track. We do have a pretty full field. Let's see here. Counting about 18 cars so far. The midgets race was absolutely outstanding, action-packed. We're hoping the same. Kevin Fry, where is Kevin Fry? This race is brought to you by 2-1 Designs. Kevin Fry, the owner-operator of 2-1 Designs, they do wraps for RC cars, and they will also do a wrap for you. Has ended up on the podium all 3 nights thus far, all 3 weeks. Kevin Fry is going to tempt fate one more time. Looks like the 21 is in the field with this owner and operator of 2-1 Design. So I'd like to thank Kevin for sponsoring the event. That's great to see. Drivers are in the drivers meeting getting their final instructions. We will get into qualifying here shortly. Ryan Pendleton in the 223. Active duty Navy driver running with us. Goat Locker Racing. Looks like we have advanced to qualifying. We'll see who's out on the track first. We will try to ride along with them. See how quick my finger is. Looks like Brandon Dittmer is the first car out on the track in the 83 machine. Takes the green flag. Dittmer dives down low. Currently 18 cars in the field tonight. Dittmer to the line with a 12.990. Puts him at the top of the board. Everyone else is out on the field. Kevin Fry, the 21 car, with a 12.932. Brandon Dittmer to second with a 12.982 on his second lap. Randy Shreves, last race's winner, with a 12. Blake Chapman. So both the drivers that put their cars on the podium last race runs a 12.903. put the youngster up to your quick time so far. We do have a few more cars out on the track. Steven Bixler in the 75 car, 14 quick. The 200 of Jeff Valero, always quick in a sprint car. Let's see how the 200 car gets around. Takes the green flag. Valero up to 7th. See if he can improve on his second lap. And 13.014. He will not. But Fry will, or Valero will start 7th. Kevin Fry in the 21 machine will roll off 3rd quick. Qualifying went by in a big hurry in the 410 sprint cars. Doesn't take them long to get around any track. We saw the midgets before the 410. It's going to be a huge difference in the amount of speed. The horsepower difference is something else. We do have about 30 seconds until we go racing. Again, Blake Chapman with your quick time, followed by Randy Shreves. We've heard those names before. Kevin Fry, Donovan Ross, Dan McLaren round out your top 5. We are getting ready for Heat 1. Ryan Pendleton, Jeff Valero on the front row. Donovan Ross, Blake Chapman in row number 2. Jeffrey Kemper and Steve Maurer round out your field of 6 drivers. They do invert the top 4, so your quick time driver, Blake Chapman, will start P4. 4 heading to the feature from the heat race. Although I think with 18, everyone will head to the feature tonight. Ryan Pendleton, Goat Locker Racing will bring him to the green flag. The start is on green. Jeff Valero in the 200 car to his outside. Watch out for Jeff Valero. Blake Chapman in the 20 KSR machine behind them with Donovan Ross to his inside. We will go green next time by. Again, the start is on the green flag. Running 8 laps. Top 4 heading to the feature. Pace truck should duck off this time by pit road. Field belongs to Pendleton. Green flag is out. Pendleton is off. Valero with an edge at the flag. Pendleton in the 223 running down low. Will he get up in front? Valero running high. Pendleton with the preferred line down low early. Blake Chapman going with Pendleton in the 20 machine. Pendleton to the lead. Now the battle between Valero and Chapman for P2. Both these cars in a transfer position. Donovan Ross in the 5 car in the 4th and final transfer position, watching what's going on in front of them. They do get nose to tail on lap 4 of 8. Now Valero dives down low. 200 trying to gets into the wall a little bit. Opens the door for Blake Chapman. Donovan Ross now with the possibility of getting by the 200. Donovan Ross running the quickest lap that time by. Working lap 6 of 8, your top 4 pulling away from the field a bit. Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 behind Donovan Ross. We got some lap traffic on the last lap. The 888 car. Pendleton staying down low. Chapman in second. Falero in third. Jeffrey Kemper now. Don't know what happened to the 5 car. Pendleton, Chapman, Falero, and Kemper are your 4 transfer drivers. Heat 2, the 7 car, Bob DeGood, Brandon Dipper on the front row. Dan McLaren, Randy Shreves in row number 2. John Rayner and Zach Chapman round out your field of 6 drivers. Again, this car, the field was inverted from qualifying. Randy Shreves, your quick qualifier. Bob DeGood in the 7 car will bring him to the green flag. Brandon Dittmer to his outside in the 83 machine. Can-Am Racing Team member Bob DeGood. Again, your top 4 are headed to the feature. Zach Chapman missed the grid. Pace truck should duck off this time by Mr. Bob DeGood. Will bring him to the green flag. Green flag is out. We got a good start. 56 of Randy Shreves fell off the tail of second place driver out to the point. Brandon Dipper in the 83 car wastes no time. Put the 83 car to the point. Now Shreves battling Bob DeGood for second position. Almost 3 wide that time by Randy Shreves. Bob DeGood side by side. Shreves up high, 7 car of DeGood down low. Will Bob DeGood get in line behind the 56? Yes, he will. 88 car of Dan McLaren, Spartan Racing, put him into P3. John Rayner in the 302 car moves up to your 4th and final transfer position. Up front, it's all Dittmer, followed by Randy Shreves. Let's see if the 56 car can close the gap. Working lap 4 of 8. Dittmer, Shreves, McLaren, Rayner Jr. are your top 4. Running similar lines. Not sure how hard these guys will push it, being in transfer positions. Working lap 6 of 8. Top 3 pulling away from the field. McLaren running a slider line. Rayner behind McLaren. Up front, Randy Shreves trying to close in on the 83 car of Dittmer. Can he get it done? This is the last lap. Randy Shreves almost pulled up even with the 83 car. Gets a good run off that top side. Dittmer covers. Dittmer, Shreves, McLaren, Rayner are your top 4 heading to the feature. Heat 3, Jeff Barker, Mike Cramner in row 1. Preston Cramner, Kevin Fry in 2. Stephen Bixler, Terry Landis round out your field of 6 drivers. Jeff Barker in the 213 machine on the front row with Mike Cramner to his outside. Father-son duo starting 2 and 3. Preston Cramner on the inside in P3. Top 4 transferring. 513 of Barker gets a good jump on that bottom side. Preston Cramner right on his tail tank. Mike Cramner running high. Preston Cramner now this is thought about taking it 3 wide. Don't look now. The 21 car of Kevin Fry up to P4. Barker, Cramner, Fry are your top 3. Terry Landis up to P4 in the 61 machine. Cramner in the 07 atop the 513 gets a good run off the top side. Put Cramner to P1. Kevin Fry following right along with the 07, seeing if he can't get by Barker. Working lap 4 of 8. Barker, Fry side by side. Fry getting a good run off the top side. Cramner, Fry, Barker are your top 3. Preston Cramner in the KSR machine. Creets Sim Racing at P1. Kevin Fry on his tail tank. Terry Landis in the 4th and final transfer position. I think everyone else is in the pits currently. Up front, 07, Preston Cramner. Cramner the fastest by that time with a 13.061. Second place, Fry at 0.84. Fry that time by was quicker than Cramner. Lap 8 of 8. Fry down low, seeing if he can't get a run. 7 car to the flag. Cramner, Fry, Barker, Landis are your top 4. Next up, B main. Donovan Ross, Bob DeGood on the front row. Mike Cramner, Steve Maurer in row 2. Zach Chapman, Steven Bixler in row number 3. Watch the 72 car of Chapman, who missed the grid for his race. Let's see if he is back with us or not. All cars transferring to the feature. Zach Chapman will not make it to the grid. Bob DeGood on the pole. No, my apologies. Donovan Ross on the pole with Bob DeGood and the 7 car to his outside. Donovan Ross in the 5 car will bring us to the flag. Got 10 laps, all cars transferring to the feature, so racing for starting position in the feature. Again, these are the 410 sprint cars here at Eldora. Pace truck is off. As is Donovan Ross in the 5 car. Bob DeGood to his outside. Donovan dives down low, gets a... Will he slide up in front of DeGood? He will. DeGood dives down low in the 7 car. He wants that front position. Ross able to hold off the 7 car. 7 car falling back to the 888 of Maurer. Up front, Donovan Ross A 0.3 second gap over second place did good. Ross running the fastest lap that time by out of the field. Maurer now moving up in the 88. Looks like the 88 car is getting a little bit loose off. He's losing a lot of time off of turn number 2. He's into the wall. The 88 car has crashed. Mike Kremner now up to third position in the 70 car. Donovan Ross still on the point. Bob DeGood in second. Your top 3 running where they started. Working lap 7 of 10. Steven Bixler up 2 positions in the 75 car, up to P4. Donovan Ross running the quickest lap that time by with a 13.086 to a 2.29 by the 7 car. Ross is pulling away from the field. One to go. Ross to the point. DeGood, Bremner, Bixler are your top 4. And that is how they will finish. Ross, DeGood, Cramner, Bixler. We will have 3 minutes of warm-up, so we will be back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
I am Sergeant Clay Warren. I suffered from PTSD. In 2013, I ended my own life. Now my voice has been brought back to speak to people like me. Know that you're not the only one. Things can get better. You don't have to carry that burden anymore. Speak up now to get the help that you need.
22 veterans end their lives every day. You just heard the reconstructed voice of one of them. Seek help at mission22.com.
Welcome back again. Those are some promos for our beneficiary of the memorial event coming up, Chris Ukalon Memorial. Unfortunately, Marine veteran Chris Uclon took his own life last Friday night, we found out, which is very unfortunate. We do have a memorial race April 19th to Thursday the 21st. $15 registration for one class or $20 for both. That is the early bird price. Even if you don't plan on racing, any donations that we can send to Mission 22 would be greatly appreciated. They are doing great things for veterans, and be nice to get out in front of this issue. Welcome to our 410 feature. Ryan Pendleton, Brandon Dittmer on the front row. Preston Cramner, Blake Chapman in row 2. Randy Shreve, Kevin Fry in 3. Valero McLaren in 4. Barker Kemper in 5. Rayner Landis in 6. Donovan Ross, Bob the Good in 7. Mike Cramner, Stephen Bixler in 8. Stephen Bauer, Zach Chapman are in your 9th and final row. Up front, Navy active duty member Ryan Pendleton will bring us to the green flag. The initial start is on green. Got Brandon Dittmer to his outside. Preston Cramner and Blake Chapman in row number 2. Watch row number 2. And the 21 car of Kevin Fry, the 2-1 Designs owner, has been on the podium the last three weeks in a row. 2-1 Designs brings us the 410 division tonight, so check them out. They do wraps for RC cars. They do wraps for regular iRacing cars. Give Kevin Fry a call. You can find them on Facebook. 2-1 Designs. Pendleton gets the green flag on that bottom side. Cramner thinks about sticking his nose in there. The 223 gets to the outside. Cramner down low. 20 car of Chapman also running down low with Preston Cramner. Your leader or your pole sitter falls back to second. 07 of Cramner up to P2. Blake Chapman trying to get in there and battle for that third and final transfer position. Don't look now. 21 car of Kevin Fry. They make contact. Caution is out. That happened in the back of the field. Bob the Good making contact. Preston Cramner in the 07 Creets Sim Racing Machine to the point. Your pole sitter Ryan Pendleton in P2, followed by Brandon Dittmer and Kevin Fry. This restart will be on the leader once all 4 tires of that pace truck are off the race surface. That is the green light for the leader. Anytime between there and the drop of the green flag. Pole sitter Ryan Pendleton in the second position. Lights are off on the pace truck. Next time by, we should go green. Preston Cramner followed by Ryan Pendleton. The 07 cuts down low. Cramner gets a great jump on the field. Pendleton still in second position. Pendleton running a little higher line than the 07 of Preston Cramner. Looks like Fry tried to dive down low, got a little bit loose. The 88 car will get by on the outside. Then McLaren up to 4th position. Up front, Preston Cramner Your pole sitter, Ryan Pendleton, putting a little bit of pressure on the 07, getting a good run off that top side. Cramner tries to cover. 223 pushes his way through, put the 223 back on the point. Preston Cramner up to second. Not sure who that was that got into the wall. I think that might have been the 21 car of Fry. That might end the 21's car streak of podium finishes. Your pole sitter, Ryan Pendleton, back on the point. Preston Cramner behind him. Brian Dittmer in third. We don't see Kevin Fry. There he is in the pits in the 21 machine. So it was Fry who got into that incident. See if he can get back on the track and keep his streak going of podium finishes in an event that his company sponsors. On board with Preston Cramner, see how the 223 gets a good run. Cramner gets a little bit loose on the start. Pendleton gets away from the field. Not sure who that is inside Preston Cramner. Let's take a look real quick. The 07's able to hold on to the second position. Caution is back out. The 88 car. Missing a few pieces, but Dan McLaren landed back on his wheels. Pole sitter, the 223 of Ryan Pendleton, Goat Locker Racing, currently on the point with Preston Cramner to his outside. 07 of Cramner as we were on board. You heard that 07 car break free there. Might open the door for Randy Shreves. Got the lap car of Kevin Fry between Cramner and Shreves. Fry's going to try to get his lap back. Lights are off on the pace truck. Pendleton on the point. Cramner in second. Green flag. Pace truck is off. As is Pendleton in P1. Cramner in the 07. Pendleton not quite out to the wall. Cramner is up on the cushion in P2. Kevin Fry hitting that high groove. Trying to get his lap back. Randy Shreves in P3. Jeff Falero behind him. 07 of Cramner trying a couple of different lines, see if he can't close the gap on the leader. Kevin Fry a lap down behind Cramner in the 21 machine. Jeff Valero gets by Shreves in the 200. Shreves up against the fence. Couple cars in the back of the field. John Rayner hits Bob to good. Cramner. Steve Maurer involved. Up front, 2-2-3. Pendleton leading the way. Kevin Fry still stuck one lap down. Up front, Ryan Pendleton, Preston Cramner, and Falero are your top three. '21 car can't catch a break to get back on the lead lap. Top two running super well. Pendleton has hit his line almost perfectly all night. Working lap 18 of 30, so we do have a little ways to go. Pendleton on the point from the pole. Preston Cramner up 1. Jeff Falero up 4 in third position. Cramner has a little bit of cushion between himself and Falero with Kevin Fry 1 lap down in the 21 machine. Pace truck is off, as is Pendleton. Pendleton with another great run. Slides up on the cushion, gets a good run off of turn number 2. Caution is back out once again. '88 car gets into the 888 car. Caution breeds cautions, as they say. Preston Cramner in the 07 car running alongside the 223, letting him know he's there. Working lap 19 of 30, so we do have a ways to go in this one. Jeff Valero currently first in the points, running a P3 currently. Let's see who else we got up there. Kevin Fry was tied with Valero. That will probably end tonight. Pendleton currently 12th in the points, so he's looking at a good points night. Preston Cramner running 30th in the points, so he's definitely looking also for a great points night if those gentlemen can hold on. Pace truck should exit this time by. Field belongs to the 223. Great start by Pendleton once again. Gets on that high side quick, as does the 07. Preston Cramner in second position. '21 car between Cramner and Valero. Oh, your leader gets into the wall. That should open up the door. Valero gets spun, takes out the 21 car. Preston Cramner to the point. Let's take a look at that. 21 or 200 car down low. It's a little bit loose on exit, makes contact with the 223, pushes him down into the 21 car. Jeff Valero, your points leader, may join Kevin Fry. That's they were tied for the points lead, Fry and Valero, and the two get together. So your 2 points leaders collected in one accident. Preston Cramner in the 07 does make the pass over Pendleton, followed by Randy Shreves in the 56 car. We are working lap 22 of 30, so we are coming to a close here. Can Preston Cramner hold off the 223 of Ryan Pendleton? Will Randy Shreves make a late race pass? Top 2 looking at a great points night. Pace truck is off. 07 brings him to the line. Great start by Preston Cramner. He jumps up high. 2-2-3 to his inside. He will get to that outside. Brushes the wall there with that right side tire. Randy Shreves now all over the back of Ryan Pendleton in the 2-2-3. Shreves dives down low, trying to think about a slider. He will not get there. Cramner opening up a 0.7 second gap over Ryan Pendleton, or Yeah, Ryan Pendleton. My apologies. Shreves in third. Terry Landis up 8 positions into 4th position. Preston Cramner leading the way, working lap 25 of 30. Can Ryan Pendleton bring it back? The 223 hitting the wall. Cramner on the point. Pendleton in second. Randy Shreves in third. Shreves running a little lower line than your top two. Working lap 29 of 30 up front. Preston Cramner with a almost half-second gap over second place. Ryan Pendleton. Last lap, 07 car. Randy Shreves now up to, I don't know what happened to. I'm not sure what happened to Pendleton. He's in the pits currently. That is the race. Cramner, Shreves, Valaro are your top three. I'll have to go back and watch that. I didn't see the 223 run into issues, but he most certainly did. Fireworks are going off here at Eldora. We will get a word with your podium finishers. Preston Cramner, Randy Shreves, and Jeff Valaro. There is your podium shot for the 410 sprint cars, the 21 car of Kevin Fry. For the first night in 3 weeks, does not finish on the podium. Not real sure what happened to Pendleton in the end. We'll wait for the drivers to get up to the waiting room for interviews to get a word with your top three podium finishers. Don't see, still waiting on Jeff Valaro to come into the server. While we wait, we'll get a word with second place finisher, the 56 of Randy Shreves, puts his car back on the podium. Randy, it's Joe. You got me? Randy, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, great run. All in a day's work, right? It was kind of messy up front there for a while. I was watching you throughout the broadcast, man. You stayed patient, and it paid off in the end. How did the track change? How did you get to, let's see, you moved up 3 positions from the start. Did you have anything for Cramner if we were to get another caution?
You know, I was thinking, maybe if we had a few more laps, I might have had something for him up there, up top. It came in real good at the end there. It was real fast up there on the top side. Just you just had to be careful and stay out of the wall. Definitely a lot of patience tonight. Just mainly watching people in front of you, to capitalize on their mistakes and try to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, man, you drive like I want to drive. The older and older I get, the less and less patience I have. I saw you back there, and I thought a couple times that if I were in your shoes, I probably would have ran into somebody and ended my night. So great patience on your part, my friend, and it definitely paid off. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, for sure. As always, LGR Motorsports, Alex Bergeron at ABR Setup Shop, Coulter West at Redline Race Designs for giving me awesome paints all the time. One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, CD Cinematography, Coast to Coast for putting on this awesome league, and you, Joe, for broadcasting, and everybody else involved, and everybody for watching.
Yeah, great run for you. Great night all the way around for you, my friend. Good job, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Sir, thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Shreves finishes P2 after winning the last race in the midgets, putting the 200 car on the podium, and I'm still not sure how from the booth. I don't know what happened there. Jeff Valero, this is Joe. You got me? Jeff Valero, this is Joe. You got me? Looks like Jeff Valero's mic is muted. So we will try to get a word with him next. Ladies and gentlemen, the 07 car, my mentor, becoming a race admin, Preston Cramner drives the 07 up 2 positions from his starting position, puts the 07 on the podium above Randy Shreves and Jeff Valero. Preston, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, buddy.
Man, great run by you. I wasn't sure you're going to get by the 223. He was running a great race, but you did in the end. I'm still not sure what happened to him. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the broadcast. How was the track? How did it change? Definitely didn't look as bad as Monday night.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. It looked very different. I think some of it's just being, we a lot of times on Mondays we're running at nighttime, and this is more of a, it looks like daylight out. I don't know exactly what the time's set to, but it was different. We were as a team, we're talking about how when we started warm-ups, it was like the track had barely been run on. But there at the end, even though it was, there was still some track everywhere left, it was still, you had to run the ultra bottom or the tippy top. And I think the bottom was probably gone. Once I left that at the beginning of the race, it was, you had to run the top from then on.
Yeah, man, it seems like you guys started diving for the top. And like you said, even on the broadcast, you can see the cars that were running on the bottom. They didn't last long down there. They got past pretty quick. Great run by you, my friend. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank all my teammates at Kreitz Sim Racing. Those guys help me out every week and really, help keep a level head when things don't go well. That's probably an unmentioned things with teams a lot of times, but to keep you even keel, and that's always helpful, especially for me. We got lots of sponsors to thank: Malcolm's Mills, Mill Writing, Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. Go to galenspopcorn.com. Use code CART. I'm a little out of breath. And then I also had to thank Kreitz Oval Track Parts. Those guys are all of them are super supportive of us, and it's really all you can ask when you go sim racing.
Yeah, man, great run by you, my friend, and a special thanks to you for what you've done for me. So that's greatly appreciated also, man. The 07 of Preston Cramner starts P3, drives the 07 to the podium or into victory lane, actually. Great run by Preston Cramner. Hopefully we see him the rest of the season. Looks like Jeff Valero did come into the waiting room, so we will get a word with the 200 car of Jeff Valero. Jeff, this is Joe. You got me? Jeff Valero, this is Joe. You got me? Looks like I cannot hear Jeff Valero. Looks like his mic may be muted or something. Great run by the 200 car. Put it on the podium somehow after a late race incident. I'm still not sure. I'm going to have to go back and watch. Again, you guys saw a great race by the 410 sprint cars. Again, another shout out for the Chris Uckalon Memorial Race coming up. All proceeds going to Mission 22. Unfortunately, Chris took his own life, a U.S. Marine veteran, last Friday night. So 22 a day, as they say, is indeed a fact, unfortunately. Tuesday, April 19th to Thursday, April 21st is a memorial race for Chris. Again, sign-up fees are $15 for one class or $20 for both. Even if you don't want to race, Mission 22 is where all the proceeds will go. They're doing great things for our veterans. So all donations will be taken, and they will not go to waste. The folks at Mission 22, we've played their promos all night. They're doing great things for veterans. So we appreciate any donations that you might give. And again, thank you. That is Wingless Wednesday, as they call it, brought to you by Icon Sim Sports. We will be with you next week. I can't remember the track off the top of my head, but tomorrow night, Thursday Night Thunder, and followed by Friday Night Lights. We will be back on the air Friday. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush, and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
why I'm smiling.
You don't know why you're smiling. We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just riding. You know, riding lessons, people just think that that's all it is. But we have the opportunity here to really build confidence, to lower stress levels, to give them an outlet and opportunity to spend time doing something healthy and productive. Mission 22 is really based on the foundation of the importance for family. It's why we're supporting families here. So in a time where kids' programs are being canceled left and right, school is shut down, they're not able to be around their friends, you know, being able to have an opportunity where they can just be together and let go of that stress and be around people. Again, honestly, it's just really that simple, being around people. You know, who would have thought that it was something as simple as that?
That's okay. You want to grab his reins, and then I'll have you walk him forward.
It's really a special thing to watch these kids come every week and build a partnership and a relationship with their horse. It lets them forget about everything that's going on in life, being able to come here, kind of shut the world out a little bit, and have a really stress-free, fun environment.
There's tons of studies that have been done on lowering of cortisol levels of children, and especially with children of veterans, often growing up in a household that can be a more stressful place, to be able to have an outlet where they can be outside, fresh air, horses around them, and just growing in that confidence.
Horses are really unique. They're very intuitive to people. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're very emotional animals, very in tune to people. They have a great way of reading people as well. They can pick up on if you're feeling nervous or scared or excited. They're very reflective to how you feel. And so it's a great way to kind of check in with yourself and see how you're feeling, because they'll let you know.
When you're riding bareback, it's really important to think about keeping your thighs nice and snug.
Watch your spacing. Remember 1 to 2 horse lengths in between. Nice work. Yep, then you're going to go through the blue barrels, and you can weave through them, and you can walk through them.
Before we came to Central Oregon, we were based out of Portland. So we were renting an office in the city, we were having to pay to board horses, and it was getting to be exceptionally expensive. And so what it came down to was an opportunity to have a facility that we can grow programs out, that we could have the equine program on our own property, that, you know, we can continue to operate during a time that nobody really knew kind of what was happening next. And so having our own facility gave us the freedom to continue serving the families that we care about.
It's so fun to see parents come and talk to each other, and being able to kind of share stories, watch their kids together is a really neat thing. Talk about just life in general, having a place to come and to really connect with people.
Obstacles. I really like riding the horse because it's the best thing ever, and it's so exciting.
By supporting families of veterans on this property through the equine program, it really gives us the opportunity to show that importance. So we're not just supporting their kids, but we're supporting their families. They're having a community here, and building that strong family foundation builds a strong veteran. And that is something that we very much believe in, is supporting the family, supporting the veteran, and that cohesiveness together.